Greetings, salutations. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Ekard, here, my partner in crime.
Hey guys, what's up? It's OTK.
And we're here for episode 2 of the Spider-Mans. Yeah, I guess we'll just go jump right into it.
Oh.
Yeah, coming off the heels of episode 1, which was a banger.
Preamble.
Yeah, it was a banger. We're just gonna jump right into it, folks. You already know.
Peter, this is the first day of the rest of your life.
Yeah, and the first day was a disaster.
How bad could this possibly go?
Pretty bad. You gotta love that, like that typical storytelling. I wonder if this these characters are gonna be in Marvel Rivals sooner or later, like these versions as like skins and whatnot. Yeah.
Wait, pause it real quick.
I got you. Yeah.
Hey, creative art animation team. These opening credit cards, thank you so much for making them look like the comic books with the box in the corner.
Yeah.
And just the placement. I appreciate so much as a comic book reader any reference who where these things come from. Thank you. I think by the end of the episode, end of the series, that might just be my absolute favorite part of the show. It just really brings this wave of joy every time the bumpers happen before the episodes. I know it's only episode 2. We've only seen 2. I can't wait to see what other covers they reference going forward. Okay,
yeah, because I was trying to remember if this was a different cover for the bumper just before the episode began. Yeah, we have to go back.
I had to look them up on my phone.
Like one of the most
with names.
I'm sorry about that, Mr. Osborne, sir.
He was like, wait a I don't think
an exclusive internship piece.
He's like
Cool.
17.
Wait.
Such a nerd.
The whole idea, yes.
It wouldn't.
Oh, wait, I should ask. Does this internship happen to be paid?
I take
Because
good
they need
care of my
money.
people, Peter. Details can be
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
What is happening tomorrow
See
for
you
him?
again soon, then, Peter.
Spider-Man stuff.
Gotta get them out of that apartment, man.
Ooh, I don't know. He's struggling real hard. He's not a bad guy.
For your traffic updates, Lincoln Tunnel has a.
It's game day. You should come watch after school.
Uh-oh.
Maybe
He's gonna break it.
it's wet. Oh yeah, he's got sweaty hands. That's why he always fumbles.
Yo, damn, Bert. Oh, man. Don't break the trophy.
He's gonna break it.
Oh. Oh, no.
Of course, it's weird. Son.
About that.
Yeah, she can let you stay home by yourself now.
Oh, no.
Rad. So started.
No.
Guys,
No,
please.
just let him get to his internship.
Get it.
Touchdown.
Bye, Pete.
Have fun, guys. Catch you later my first day.
You're late.
What?
Oh,
How
no.
is that even possible?
That's Amadeus.
The day is cold?
Me?
Bro, wait a minute.
All of us from places all over the world meeting here for.
Wow.
I don't want.
Destiny, huh?
Amadeus.
Pete here that. I might have shown up on time for her. You may be geniuses back at whatever daycare you study at, but in my
Jesus.
lab, squishy Jean Foucault
Oh, with one
got
test?
the attention of Oscorp's quantum computations.
Don't make him angry.
Got it, bro.
That's all I gotta say. So just don't make it, the show angry here.
Intern project.
Oh, man.
In your case, we'll be focusing on
I don't know Carla
Oh, you mean like the Stark
for sure. But the look on your face, Kayla, you definitely do. Do we need a pause?
Awesome.
Hey,
Thank you for picking me. You know, after listening to Dr. Whitman,
So,
But man's a Debbie Downer out here.
applications for Whitman.
Don't tell me Lincoln got smoked. Okay.
Lonnie slam dunk.
What?
Wait.
This, what?
Wait, what?
Wait.
How many home
Wait.
runs did Lonnie slam dunk?
Jesus Christ. That's that's a classic joke for people who don't watch sports. Yeah. That's funny. That was funny.
Making bird noises
That was funny.
How many home runs did Lonnie slam dunk?
Yo.
Something cool?
Yeah. I mean, I've been cool, Pete. I don't want to go to this party without you, though. See you there.
He's not gonna make it.
So talk again.
Bro.
Firefighters are
Huh?
unable to contain.
Watching it
Bro.
burn.
My mans, you're weird.
In that situation,
Next
yeah.
time, take a flight, Peter.
Residents say the historic building.
Ouch.
Yeah, that was weird, bro. Imagine they all just like go try to contain this.
You did? Well,
Just
you know,
nice.
I am in a rush, so I appreciate you're looking at the future side of 50
The craziness of
We're on 50.
yeah. Man's burned down the wrong street, bro.
Whoa! Towards
everything.
And all towards you.
My man, you just said you're not a monster though. Oh no. Bro's about to burn down this place full of pets. Yeah.
You were almost a hot dog.
Yeah, I gotta love the ridiculous comedy. This man really tried to kill all these animals. Uh-oh.
Sorry about that. Boy. Not quite.
Oh, it's so over for him.
Here, eat up. Don't
It never is.
Oh, he's about to turn this shit into an inferno.
definitely void.
Blue flames? That's how you know this shit's about to become an inferno. Oh no. Oh no. Now you did.
Murderer.
A fish murderer. Oh man. He can't. You gotta choose between being Spider-Man and being in this internship, you know?
You. This is a
Gonna come out with a
secure
fish.
building, you ignorant child. You can't just stroll around it like you own the place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, he did say he had to, you know, meet himself.
I'm sorry, Peter.
Oh man.
Your future career prospects, bro.
They didn't have to say it like that.
I will never forget you. I won't lie.
I will never forget you. Jesus.
Bye, Skeeter.
Skeeter. Wow. Too many things going on for Peter. He's like, I am so out of my element. Uh-oh. All over her shirt.
We're running into the Superman problem that we were having in My Adventures in Superman. A capsiding.
Mm-hmm. The flex of the city.
I know I messed up today, Mr. I can be better. Just don't fire me. Please, give me another chance.
So,
He knows.
Right, what's
Yours
failing?
Yep. Yep, and it drops. That's what I was like, he knows. He has to know. That's the only reason why. Oh, man.
But you always get changed in the bathroom, fool.
Yep.
No cameras
Is there
allowed in
more?
the bathroom. To think that there were to be cameras in the stairwell of a very
High-tech building.
high building,
Like, yeah. So, like, that's what I was like, he has to know, man. Well, this is only going to enhance their relationship, but it's only going to put further strain on his other relationships with like Nico, you know, until she finds out. I'm not familiar with the Runaways, but Nico does have powers, right?
yeah, she's
Yeah.
a magic user.
Yeah. So it's I guess it's a matter of how they incorporate her. I was not expecting to see Amadeus, you know, aka Hulk, out here. Aisha, of course, from Wakanda. I'm not sure about the other character we saw. I don't know where her relation is.
It probably
Jeannie?
is, but I wouldn't know. Like I said,
Yeah.
I baseline Spidey info in my
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah, like seeing when he said Amadeus, I was like, wait up, is Hulk? What? Like, All right, all right. I was like this is my knowledge of Marvel is very small compared to yours. So it's like, but the ones I do know, I'm like, wait a minute, okay. But Carla, is
Yeah,
who's
so it
that?
looks like instead of going with Dr. Kirk Connors, they're going with Dr. Carla Connors, Lizard.
Hmm. Okay.
So that's why I was so hyped because it's such an interesting. The Lizard themselves is such an interesting character because it
Mhm.
is a guy, right, who isn't a necessarily a bad guy. He's just trying to fix his circumstances, trying to, fix his disability and things like that from the baseline info of what I know. But because of the serum that he uses and how he mutates, how he changes into the lizard,
Mhm.
it obviously changes his brain chemistry and he
Yeah.
becomes an antagonist for Peter and for
Yeah.
Spider-Man. I think it's just going to be interesting to see how they
If
handle
they
that
go along with that,
as
right?
I don't see why they wouldn't. Uh,
Yeah.
the Lizard is one of Spidey's big
Biggest, yeah,
villains,
big
like
villains,
the
yeah.
Vulture or Sandman or Electro and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I don't see why they would introduce a Connors and not do the Lizard eventually. But it's to me, it's just I got hyped because it's
Mhm.
fascinating to see how because men and women, right,
Mhm.
just react differently to their surroundings, right? And
Yeah.
to their circumstances in life, as is in the real world, right?
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how this take on a female Connors and a potential female lizard, if it's gonna be different or if it's just gonna be like a straight direct kind of we're not changing anything, it doesn't matter the gender, their
Mhm.
story is still the same and we're just gonna go with that. Which I'm fine too. You don't need essentially with that type of story, you don't need to change much of the structure of it just because the gender is different,
Yeah.
so that's why I don't know. I always get excited too, just seeing female character takes on male characters, because a lot
Mhm.
of time we'll see the reverse, or just when we outweigh like female characters to male characters, superhero wise, and villain wise, and it's also going to be like interesting to see Spidey interact with a female villain. And
Yeah.
for me anyway, right? That isn't like uh anti-hero antagonist like Black Cat, Felicia Hardy. Or I don't know too many of his interactions with someone like Silver Sable, and things like that. So yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm excited. That just I don't know. That kind of got me hyped. Those
Yeah.
little things get me hyped.
Like
Yeah.
I'm double checking on Genie because I remember like seeing like this man just pulling from like the like so long ago. So all the people in that room
Mhm.
specifically had powers, right? Well, technically, like we know Amadeus, Genie. I believe it was Finesse was her name in the comics as well, and she's like if I remember, like she has like it's she was able to like take like she can master like other people's abilities and whatnot like very easily, something like that. And then Aisha from Wakanda, I don't know too much about her except for what we know about Wakanda itself, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, this mashing up of many new characters
Yeah.
um is gonna be
I
really
love
fun.
Look, I love that because one of my biggest gripes in comics in general is that they'll roll out new characters, right?
Hmm.
And then the new characters eventually end up in comic book limbo. Or
Yeah.
characters that have already been established with similar powers or similar stories are just in comic book limbo. So I'm not really a fan of just pushing new characters all the time,
Hmm.
right? Just every 5 years we have a new superhero who has this new superhero or villain who has a similar backstory to a character that debuted 20 years ago. They're doing nothing with that character, just fucking write stories for that character. So for me, knowing that a handful of these characters have been around for quite a number
Hmm.
of years and we're not just making new characters yet, it's
Yeah.
22 episodes, we're not just like making characters for the show like something like Harley Quinn or X-23,
Yeah.
Laura Kinney for X-Men Evolution and for Batman the Animated Series, but like that we're taking already pre-established characters and working them into the story.
Hmm.
That just makes me so happy because I'm like, I know that they exist. I don't know anything about them.
Hmm.
I'm excited to learn about them.
Yeah.
It's in these instances where I'm just like, if the show or the adaptation is fun enough or intriguing enough, it'll make people want to go and learn about the characters in the comics,
Hmm.
right? It's
Yeah.
not always the case with everything, right? As I worked at a comic book store when MC was really starting to pop off, and how they would try to the synergy, how it wasn't reflecting in sales, and it still really doesn't.
Hmm.
But recently we're seeing with something like Marvel Rivals, how Marvel Rivals is getting people interested in these comic book characters, and going on to Marvel Unlimited, or going back to read older books there, or seeing what, getting some research on these characters.
Yeah.
So I think it really is in how an adaptation taps into the audience and their intrigue, right? And who they introduce, right?
Hmm.
That someone like Amadeus Cho, who's been around for a really long time, you don't need to worry about, well, why can't I find any books about them? There are plenty of
Yeah.
books about them. Cloak and Dagger. Well,
Yeah.
I've never, I mean, from what I've seen, like I said, I haven't watched a lot of Spidey cartoons, but Cloak and Dagger's been featured in other Spider-Man cartoons, right?
Yeah.
But with the hype around Friendly Neighborhood
Yeah.
and Marvel Rivals, it's like, well, the interest in Cloak and Dagger has upped, and there's a whole wealth of comic books to read about them that you could go back and you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about, oh, there's only a 5 issue. No, there's so many books. They're all over the place. They're in the Runaways, they're in the Young Avengers, they're in the X-Men, they do Spider-Man stuff. They're all
Yeah.
over the place, right?
I was gonna
So,
add on to that, with Dr. like Bentley being
mhm.
from, if and I mean, y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's the wizard in Fantastic Four. Um, yeah, he's because I like that's why I was like, yeah, I'm like this guy looks like the same guy if I'm correct. I could Google it right now to just like double confirm. Actually, I should. I believe he is the wizard from Fantastic Four. 'Cause I'm just like, yo, they're just they're putting everyone in here. Hold on, let me just see.
But
Oh,
it
so
also,
yeah, he is the
yeah,
wizard. Okay, so I was right. He
but
is
it
the
also,
wizard.
it makes so much sense because they're
Yeah,
all in this on the same island.
yeah,
it wouldn't make sense if there wasn't some interconnectivity between heroes and villains or regular people, right? I
yeah,
mean, I know we know that there are millions of people in New York and we don't know everyone. But you and I start talking about things, and then we're like, "Oh, I think my friend
yeah,
knows that person," and I'm just like, "Wait, I think I know that person." So we all know each other
yeah.
in a
Some way,
roundabout
somehow.
way, right? And so it just makes sense that this would happen
Yeah.
for Marvel characters that are in New York, and on the East Coast. So like, also like Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel being from Jersey City, which is just a train ride away from New York. So
Yeah.
it's just like all these things, like it just makes me so happy. It really truly makes me happy that it's only 2 episodes and we're seeing so many characters from other different books.
Yeah.
Just look, I'm really excited because I'm also like, I don't know everything. I truly really don't know everything. I get by on a lot of
Hmm.
base knowledge most of the time, especially if it doesn't have to do with the X-Men, right?
Yeah.
But I get, like, when I recognize someone and I'm just like, I know the story. It makes me so happy.
Yeah.
It really truly does, because I've seen enough comic book adaptations of things where you could tell who's ever handling it isn't even a fan of comics,
Hmm.
and it's just like, well, okay, this was a thing, and it kind of just leaves you feeling a little empty sometimes. And I
Hmm.
know that's a general feeling with comic book fans who watch these things get turned into other medias.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm just real geeked, and aside from all that, and where we're going and who we're seeing and the potential for these characters and for people tapping into other books and stuff like that. Like, I
Hmm.
really hope it reinvigorates people to watch The Runaways, which has a a good run of comics. The TV series that was out on Freeform, now on
Hmm.
Hulu, is is in my top 10 favorite MCU shows. So is Cloak and Dagger. Like, I think people should watch those two shows. Um, yeah, I hope it just revitalizes and gets people interested in these characters again, so that Marvel, if they're going to do synergy with the animation and the live action really do synergize it, where we're starting to see these characters come back into the books
Yeah.
and start to incorporate characters that are already pre-established into the books instead of creating a whole new slew of characters every 3 to 5 business days, because it is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about Pete and his life. Poor Pete. This is what happens when you're a superhero with a secret identity. We talked about it in My Adventures of Superman, I believe, in season 1, where Clark was having to hide the fact that he's Superman while still also discovering his
powers
past,
and
his powers, and who he is, and being established at a new job at the planet. And things like that, and how much we related to it as being just that young adult kind of mindset of trying to find your footing and still discovering who you are, whereas this is taking it a couple years younger, but it's just really recalling in my brain being 14, 15, entering high school, still trying to figure out who I am at home, who I am at school, trying to figure out friends and people who are starting to notice you and appreciate you, and trying not to let anyone down, and then eventually trying to get a job and trying to manage all this. And even though you're not out saving people from burning buildings, it's still a lot for a kid to take, right? So we have Pete, who's not being bullied but pretty much being accepted in this school, right? He's friends with a jock, he's friends with a cool girl, he's got his, his cool not cool friend in Nico, trying to hold on to the responsibilities within the friend group, getting this amazing opportunity for something he knows is going to open up doors for his future, something he loves when it comes to science and robotics, and also knowing that this is going to help establish and put him and May in a better financial situation, but then now feeling the responsibility of being Spider-Man and trying to do your best, trying to do what's right. Because he could have just sat there, right? He could have just sat there and hopefully one of the other heroes could have gotten help or left it to the firefighters and policemen. But he knows with his special skill set, he can get people out if need be faster than a firefighter could, right? Or he can hold up a building or save as many people to help the firefighters and the police people, whatever. But like, it's hard to maintain all that. You have this opportunity in front of you, but now you have this other responsibility to do right by your community. And I also love that too, that they're showing that Pete is so young and hopeful and optimistic that even when he caught the robber for the pizza place, he's, you did a bad thing.
Made a mistake.
It was a mistake. We understand, we find ourselves in these situations kind of mirroring what might happen with Lonnie. And it's like opening the door for understanding of where life puts us and the circumstances we find ourselves in, right? So it's just, yeah, I love that. There was someone had clipped that part in, I think it's the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man film, where Spider-Man stops the train and his mask is off and the people in the train pick him up and like carry him into the train into safety, and how everyone just looks at him and someone goes, he's just a kid, he's about my son's age, and it gets me emotional, right? And stuff like that really, because I love the superhero genre. It's the same feeling I get when we watch My Hero, right? That these kids have so much responsibility and are trying to do their best, trying to do what's right, but still trying to maintain their lives, right? But you look at them and you go, they're so young. It's so much they shouldn't have to do. They already have so much on their plate. And so, like I talked about how, moments like that, and there's a moment in a comic from a few years ago where he crossed paths with Emma Frost, and Emma reads his mind, and she just touches his face and goes, "You were just a kid," right? Like, and just when adults clock that, and us as adults seeing what Peter's going through only in 2 episodes, it's just like, man, I feel for this kid. And it's adaptations like this, which I hope only gets better as the episodes go on. We have 8 episodes to go, that continue to grow my respect and adoration for this character, right? Whereas even though I'm not the biggest Spider-Man reader, I respect this character. I see why people love this character. I get it. He may not be the guy for me, but I'm here to cheer him on. and seeing him work through all that in just one episode and how hard it is, and relating to that feeling of having so much on your plate and trying to do right by everyone. Yeah, good stuff. Good. Another 10 out of 10 episode. Animation was great. I enjoyed the introduction of all of these characters. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see where this show goes. And I really do hope that it gets at least 8 seasons. I really do. I really, truly, truly do.
Yeah, because the way that they're going to be releasing these episodes is 2 a week. So every for the next 4 weeks, we're going to get 2 episodes. So this is going to be wrapped up pretty quickly. Shout outs to the voice actor for Amadeus, because I was like, I know the voice actor is also Sung Jin Woo, and the English voice actor for Sung Jin Woo is Soul Leveling. So that's Alex, and I see his stuff on Twitter all the time. So shout outs, because I was just like, yo man, I walk it in, I'm just like, wait a minute, I know that, like, yeah.
Robinson is Harry, and I'm so proud of these guys, because it's guys and girls who look like us and who are around our age, and you just go, you're doing things I want to do, but I just want to keep hyping you up, and I want to make sure that you're in all this stuff because I know how much you love it. This is another 10 out of 10 episode. Love all the cameos. Excited to see what they're gonna do with the lizard. The mentor character, because that's technically what lizard was. I was just like, when they start Collar, I didn't make the connection on the Connor's name because it's been that long. I just knew them as the Lizard, and I think that's why I didn't make the connection. But then seeing Whitman, I was just like, all right, well, this man definitely for Fantastic Four, he definitely a villain. He's just doing the exact same things he was doing in Fantastic Four when I used to read it. Seeing, like, I guess you could say, like, because Oz in this universe is probably going to be more of the mentor towards Peter, right? Because it was supposed to be Tony, but the only glimpse we got of him was of the keychain, pretty much. So I know that much is flipped. There's so much that can happen in this universe, as you mentioned. Like, we don't know what's going on with that other spider. Who's got that right now? Yeah. Lincoln it's right now. I just feel like it's Lonnie is being set up right now to become Tombstone, which I had to double confirm. Like, that was a villain. I'm just like, damn, you got 3, so that's so you got Tombstone technically. You got this dude, the Wizard, aka Whitman from Fantastic Four, Lizard. Technically, because Lizard was a villain, so is that going to be a new mentor? Technically, Green Goblin was a villain, but is that going to be the new mentor? Like, so there's so many ways that could come out. Like, what's Nico going to be doing? And you don't even know about
Pearl,
her family.
Yeah,
I don't know about Nico's family.
I know nothing.
I'm sitting here wondering, for those who are in the know, her parents are not good people. So I'm just wondering how
that's good.
The group that her parents are involved in, if that's even going to play a part in this, and what that means for the interconnective tissue of this universe, right?
Pearl.
Yeah, every time she comes on, I just look and I just go, what are we getting at? What are we getting at here, guys?
Yeah, this is a whole new story that is it's looking to be wild as they introduce more and more characters. This episode, I'm just like, oh wait, what is going to happen, man? I mean, we started off on craziness with Doctor Strange and the symbiote immediately. I'm like, all right, because like it's one of those things like you just don't know what to expect, and immediately you just like, how is he gonna get to the spider powers and everything? Like, what type of spider actually bit him? So that's also gonna be a grand reveal.
Like, is it a symbiote spider?
Because he's not using web from himself. He's using machine web in a way.
It also depends on like the iteration too. Not every Peter Parker needs the web shooters. Some Peter Parkers, I think, like Tobey Maguire's, can just shoot from his area. His wrist area.
Yeah, that's what I was like. So is that like, what does that mean as well in terms of, because like, that was, I mean, Into the Spider-Verse and in the Spider-Man 3 movie, they all talked about that too. So I'm just like, we have gold on hand right now, and I'm excited to see where this ride takes us.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Honestly, like, look,
Yeah.
I like that I'm of the age where I'm more open to not just sticking with X-Men. Though I prefer to be just there most days,
Yeah.
but I'm happy that I'm more open-minded to experiencing all this stuff because for a very long time, I was like, well, X-Men aren't getting shit. I don't like the comics or what's happening in the comics. So very just like adverse to just checking out anything else. But peeping here and there, right? And then obviously when you're younger, the characters you find are the characters you stick with for a really long time.
Yeah.
But now I'm at the age where I'm excited for Daredevil. I'm excited for Spider-Man. I'm excited for the Fantastic Four, even though I love the Fantastic Four animated series from the 90s. Like I'm excited to even see like any Iron Man sightings. Like anything even that happens in Marvel Rivals, I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is so cool. Things that I loved or just cared about are getting such shine. And I'm ready to learn about all these different characters and aspects of this universe that I didn't know before. So, yeah, I'm very geeked. I'm super geeked. I'm so fucking geeked.
Yeah.
So fucking geeked. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Next week we get 2 more episodes, so we'll be catching you guys next time. You already know. Doses.